Welcome to the Clear Impact Podcast, brought to you by MITER Brands University. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Sherri Connor, and I am your host.
Yeah, and David's right about the product being perfect because a lot of our code being updated and these ratings being enforced is being pulled from Miami-Dade. And with your product being the kind of Miami-Dade origin, right? It makes a lot of sense, and especially under the MITER umbrella and the support we're going to get there.
Good afternoon. We are here on the Clear Impact Podcast, and we are chatting it up with some folks from Hawaii today who flew, I don't even know how many thousands of miles.
Far.
Lots of miles to be here at the PGT plant in Venice this week. And so we have David and Ian. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves. So we'll start with you.
Yeah, name's Ian Wilson, work for HPM Building Supply just over 4 years, and I head and direct the window and door program over there, and there's now 13 of us, including me, just handling doors and windows across the state. So it's been a fun ride. 4 years ago, it was just me, and we've grown to a point where we can go from commercial, residential, and even high-end custom. So Hawaii needs impact, and that's why we're here.
Nice. And so which island are you on?
I live on the Big Island on Kona side.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. And you brought a couple people with you, right?
Yep. I brought Jamie Edgar, also from the Kona side, and then Tanya Kahi from the Hilo side, both Big Island, yeah.
Okay. And David, we've met. You've recorded with me back at the CX.
I had the pleasure of doing this before, definitely.
Yeah.
It's the highest listening podcast so far, I heard. It's great to be here. My name's David Flores. I represent Milgard Windows and Doors. My territories are Hawaii and Alaska. So this is a long time in the making being here. I came into my position 4 years ago, and it was kind of passed down from me, hey, you're going to need this product. You're going to, at some point, we need to talk about it, and you need to talk about it a lot. And we've got to the right people. So we reached out. Ian has been a big proponent of it. He sees it out there. He sees the need for it. And when MITER acquired PGT, it was the perfect opportunity. So I got to go to some events, see some people, and say, hey, by the way, I'm the Hawaii representative. What do you think we can do? Can we get it out there? Can I have it? Can I play with it? So it's been a long time coming. Super excited to be in this situation.
Nice. But primarily you rep Milgard on the islands, and you're selling Milgard, right?
Milgard's our number one.
That's excellent. And so you guys decided to make a trip out. And so I have been in and out just long enough to take a couple of photos, but I haven't really been involved in what you've been learning about. I know you did some tours. So Ian, tell me like your top 3 highlights this week.
Yeah, I think the capability of PGT to really do almost anything in any size. There's really not much they can't do. So the main logistical challenge and pricing challenge of getting it across the country is kind of the only challenge. You know, with other manufacturers, we face challenges with colors or configurations, and you have to change an architect's dream or route or a homeowner's dream or route to fit the product, where PGT seems like they can fit the dream, which is a big deal for us. So I think that's the number one highlight. The second highlight is just the amount of support that my sales rep, David, is going to receive, so that he can then roll over that support to us. Support is very important on a remote island. If you can't back up your product and you can't warranty your product and you can't service your product, you're not going to last very long. So that being properly set up and rolled out the right way is very important, and it seems like we're making those decisions and taking those steps now, which is great. And then the third thing is just the level of volume that this plant can do. Milgard, they're the big dog on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. You could fit maybe 10 Milgard facilities in this facility. So it's pretty impressive. It's a small town, and you have a small town infrastructure apart from where they sleep at night.
Right.
They can eat, they can have daycare, they can have a gym and wellness and a doctor and all of these different things that allow them to be taken care of. And that's really cool. I think that's something, HPM's a 104-year-old company, very family-based. The CEO is still like the 5th generation, Fujimoto family. So it's really, really cool to see how that is in a really big company. We're almost 600 or maybe just over 600 now at HPM, with multiple remote workers and then across the state of Hawaii. So it's very cool to see those values reflected in such a big footprint.
No, that's amazing. And so where is HPM based?
So HPM started on the Hilo side, Big Island, but we're all over the state now, and we actually have our own wood treatment facility starting in Washington, and then we handle all our own distribution and container loading where we can in Washington. So if products coming out of California, we're just going to ship it out of California. We're not going to truck it all the way up to Washington, but 90% of our own distribution we load and handle ourselves. We actually moved people from the islands to Washington to start up those operations. So they're HPM sourced and started.
Right. Well, I know we service the Caribbean, which is a much closer set of islands for us. But we do have some good practices in play for crating and then shipping. So I'm sure, there's a lot of smart people here, and we'll figure out a great way for you to receive your product and receive it intact. Glass is never a fun thing to transport. You're always a little nervous about how's it going to hold up for the journey. But, we've got a lot of proven methods, and we do all of our own crating on site. So, excited to have product over there. Sounds like a great excuse for us to visit.
Definitely. Yeah, come out. We'll take care of you. Yeah, show you around. They're all across all the islands. So sometimes they have 3 to 4 locations on one island. Kauai, they have 1. So it's impressive to see where this little company started in a little town on the Big Island and just expanded throughout the whole islands and kind of took over.
We are sharing our expertise around all topics relating to the window and door industry. Whether you are a customer selling our products or a homeowner doing research, the Clear Impact Podcast provides helpful content that makes an impact. Subscribe today wherever you listen to podcasts. How is the building industry in Hawaii? Is it growing? Is it kind of stagnant? Like, what's happening today with that?
Definitely feel busier than we've ever felt. And I think part of that is the expansion of, we've bought out several companies. We've expanded our footprint. We didn't have a footprint on Maui up until about 4 years ago, and we bought a company over there. And since then, we've purchased some cabinet companies and some truss manufacturing companies. And so we've expanded, but we've also noticed permits and grants, especially on government multifamily work, has been an uptick. Lots of affordable housing has gone in. Unfortunately, the Lahaina wildfire disaster has resulted in a need for a lot of construction, and the reasons behind that are very tragic and very sad, but it also drives a lot of business. Mm-hmm. And there's the storms that came through, a lot of rebuilds and remodels that are necessary now because of storm damage from the Kona low. And it's always something where Hawaii also has a bubble effect. It feels like we're 2 years behind. So even if there's a slowdown on the mainland, it's usually another 2 years before we even feel it. Mm. And then it just keeps going. So I would say we're cranking right now. It's hard to keep up.
Nice. And so you're faced with not just tropical storms, but also fires and earthquakes and volcanoes. So you've got a nice...
We got them all.
You get everything out there.
Yeah. And that's the reason for and why we're here today, right? We're here because of these storms, right? The weather that has come through there, this window's going to be perfect for it, right? This is what they're calling for. This is what is more and more on permits. We're seeing it more on blueprints. So perfect timing to come in, get these guys over here, teach them about the product, teach myself about the product, because this is all new to me too.
Sure.
So yeah, it's been a great experience here. It's been great.
Nice.
Yeah, and David's right about the product being perfect, because a lot of our code being updated and these ratings being enforced is being pulled from Miami-Dade. Mm. And with your product being the kind of Miami-Dade origin, right? It makes a lot of sense, and especially under the MITER umbrella and the support we're going to get there.
Yeah, it's nice to keep it all in the family. Well, that's exciting. I know for years we've joked around about like, hey, they're selling PGT in Hawaii. We need to have a training event in Hawaii. We've been joking around about that for years. And it's like, oh, we're going to Hawaii. No, they're coming here. Like, okay, fine. But David did bring us some treats, so that was nice.
Yes, how were they?
They were great. I enjoyed a couple of those shortbread cookies. I'll have to see what else is left.
The ube cookies, did you have some of those?
Yes. I don't know what Jim has left. I think he said, hey, stay out of that. That's mine. Rude. But anyway, you guys have had an amazing week so far. One of the things I love to talk about is learning, obviously, MITER Brands University. So this is completely off the top of your heads. We didn't prep at all for this conversation. So besides today, what is something really cool that you're learning about? And this could be personal, professional. I guess it could be a highlight from this week as well, but just something cool that you're learning about.
In regards to MITER University?
It could be anything.
Oh, that's a wide range of topics. But if we're specific to MITER University, I think something very cool about what you are doing as a team, investing in that, is our world is becoming more and more remote in the sense of there's less in-person events, there's less in-person resources, and the information needs to travel faster, be available faster, be comprehensive on a intake audio and visual level, and the ability to have that resource available for a contractor that's in 2 hours away from the store to ask a question and is calling a sales rep who can then send them a video that walks them through step by step on how to solve their problem, is a resource that I don't think every single manufacturer has and is not investing in. So I think that especially in the remote regions where we are, and even if David is physically there and knows the answer, he might not be on that island, right? And so being able to send that resource over is great. And it allows me to train my team because I have 12 people reporting to me, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are in Kona. And so that leaves 8 of them outside of where I am, and we'll be able to see them every day, right? So 8 team members that I might not see for a month, a week, or half a year, depending on travel availability and what that looks like. So being able to train them virtually helps.
Yeah, that's why we do them. I mean, that's why we have all those videos out there. And you don't have to wait for David to send it to you. They can just look it up.
They can.
Yeah, and just say,
Yeah.
7700, how do I install that?
There's so much help out there. And that's something that I've learned, right? I don't have to do everything, right? I can reach out to people like Jim. I can reach out to people like Patrick, and that help is there for me. If I can't find it, I know they can find it, and I can send it off to Ian's team or to whoever that needs it. So that help is out there, and MITER University, they do a great job. I mean, whether it's the YouTube channel or having these guys in person teaching, it's a great learning tool. And like I said, I don't have to do everything myself, which is great. Because I try to do it. I like control.
And
Yeah.
it's publicly available.
Yes.
Like that's another thing. Like I'm not just talking about my team members, but you can send it to a customer. Because other manufacturers, they might have videos, but you have to have your own login. Then you have to go through the portal, and then you have to watch it. And you'd have to try to find out how to download that and send it. But this is publicly available, easily accessible. You don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops to get to the information.
Yeah, thank you. That was by design. Yeah, that was Jim's idea. We had to get some permissions to do it back in, this was, I think, 7 or 8 years ago we started the YouTube channel. It's been a while, so before I came, for sure. David, what's something cool you're learning about?
Oh, that's what it was, learning about, like I said, to learn how to ask for help and where to get it, right? And when you come to a place like this and they lay it out right for you, right? I have to let go of some of that sometimes and trust everyone around me. So learning how to let it go and trust that help is there. So yeah, that's still what I'm learning to do. And not only here, but in life, period.
Yeah.
Whether it's at the gym or whether it's here, letting other people come in and help me. I don't have to do it all myself.
Yeah.
So it translates in life and it translates in work. So definitely, it helps out there, and I know it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. So one more night in Sarasota, hang out, have some good food, maybe see an alligator,
I'm going to go to the pond, and we'll hang out for a little bit.
see if there's
it's
any
not raining.
floating by.
Yeah, if it's not raining.
And then tomorrow you're back on a flight.
Long day tomorrow.
Long day.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wish you safe travels. Glad that you invested the time to come and learn and meet people and experience everything here on our campus. And thanks for chatting with me.
Yes. Thank you for everything.
Thanks
All
for
right.
having us.
All right. Have a great day. The Clear Impact Podcast is brought to you by MITER Brands University. We are a part of MITER Brands, a family of leading window and door brands, united by our passion for quality and relentless pursuit of 100%. At MITER Brands, our common purpose is to deliver value by manufacturing the finest products, services, and customer experience every day, everywhere. Our window and door brands deliver regionalized expertise, products, and services, all backed by a national company. MITER Brands University is here to educate you, our listener, so that you can be a more informed consumer of window and door products.